Well, we're going to change that, okay?
We're going to change that.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to What's Happening in Central Oregon, your every 2-week live stream podcast. We just got to get better at this intro thing so we know exactly what we're saying. We just got to script it so we know exactly what to say. Anyway, where we talk about, all kinds of business development, economic news pertaining to the Central Oregon area, right? Keep you involved. If you want to follow us on our Instagram as well, it's What's Happening in Central Oregon, where we talk about the same stories. Sometimes they're a little different, but it's fun there because you get the actual comments and the feedback. And boy, is it.
People got opinions.
Man, oh man. But we're thankful that you guys are here. And we got some stories today, right? Oh, sorry. I'm John Crom, and along with my wife, Shannon. And we are your hosts. And one of these days we'll have guests on. Yeah. Maybe.
That is the plan.
But let's go ahead and get into it. What are we talking about today?
What are we talking about today?
Oh, I bet you'd like to know, huh?
So Bend Habitat breaks ground on a new NetZero Homes.
Cool.
Which,
awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Alaska Airlines adds a direct flight to
Burbank,
which is kind of filling that void.
Yep.
Deschutes Market and Yeoman Roundabout is ahead of schedule. That's pretty impressive.
Not only that, but you're right. I see what you're saying. Let's move on to the next one. Brewing Company and the Sisters Smokehouse team up for a new collab at the Jackstraw. That's kind of breaking news. That only came out today.
Bend officially approves 2 ADUs per lot. That's insane.
We're gonna unpack that.
Yes, we are. New affordable housing development is coming to Redmond.
Cool. Bear Creek and Purcell Roundabout is progressing smoothly. We're going to talk about that. That's actually kind of a bigger deal than it seems.
Oh, there's things in there I don't know then. Yeah. Discovery West welcomes 2 new tenants to the Plaza.
Nice. Bend-based solar company is named one of the nation's best.
One.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, there's a bunch of them. You'll see.
And we're closing it out with Victoria has no more secrets.
There's no more secrets.
No more secrets.
And Victoria's Secret. All right, let's go ahead and jump into our first story here. We're going to go into these just a little bit out of order, I think. But Bend Habitat breaks ground on a net zero affordable homes with rooftop solar. This is kind of interesting. Let's go ahead and pull it up here. So, obviously, Habitat for Humanity, you know about this, right? There was Habitat Homes and Sisters when you were growing up that were built, in the area. You want to speak on that a little bit?
They were in Sisters. And I actually had a few friends that actually lived in them, and they are there. It's a wonderful program that really fills a need for a lot of people, and it can be life-changing for them.
Absolutely. So the Bend Redmond Habitat for Humanity has broken ground on a new little development that they're doing. It's called Bear Creek Village. And I looked up where it is. It's actually over off of Bear Creek and 13th, which is kind of weird because 13th isn't really much of a road. But it's kind of over there by the police department, I guess. That's what you'd call it.
Oh, okay.
By Bear Creek. Yeah, right at the bottom of Pilot Butte there.
Yeah.
So
across from Bear Creek Elementary.
Actually, yes, you're right. Here, let's go ahead and pull up the map just for fun. And I will
for funsies.
So it's actually going to be like right in this area here. So it's going to be right in here, I believe. Looks like Forbes Road. I don't know if anybody really knows this is a real road, but this is where it's going to be. If you are watching, you can see this. There's a lot of land here. Looking at the map, there's actually a lot of land. I'm not sure exactly what this building is, but it's going to be in this general area here. So that'll be great. A couple of interesting things about this is that, it's going to be like net zero. So there's going to be so much solar on these things that there's not going to be a power bill.
Nice.
Which is really, really cool. So this is another affordability thing. They front load the home and construction site with solar. That way, when the home's actually built, there's not a power bill. The other thing they're doing that's really interesting here is that they're going to build these off-site. These are going to be like,
modular
prefab,
type.
almost prefab. Yeah. I wouldn't say modular. I would say prefab. Even though I don't really know the difference when I'm talking about it like that, but these are going to be far more prefabricated and then brought in and built on site. So that should save a lot of time, energy, and potentially money. I just have to say, I'm loving the glasses.
Oh, well, I'm just loving to be able to see. So
They're hot.
I'm not loving the reflection on this. So
what do you guys think about the new habitat project here on Bear Creek? Is this something that you're for? Obviously, I don't know anybody that's really against affordable housing. Certainly, it's something we need here, but I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That we've
How
got
many
the
are
solar.
going to be?
There's not.
Does it not say?
There's not a lot.
We can
in
figure
here.
that out.
I don't think that there's a lot in here. I was looking at the plans earlier. They're a little bit hard to bring up, but it doesn't say in this particular article how many are coming in. So I don't think it's a whole lot. They usually don't build a whole lot at once anyway.
And, we don't know a lot of the details on this, but normally you have to apply to get one of these Habitat for Humanity homes. There's a lot of things that go into it about applications. There you go. Open this fall, and construction will begin in 2026.
Yep.
That's what it says. And also, there's things that you have to qualify in order to receive one of these homes.
Yep. Exactly.
Fabulous product.
Fabulous
really exciting.
Yeah.
I like how they are trying to make them affordable, but also efficient. Which for down the road, I think is going to be great because all the utilities are going up. So it's expensive. And also they're trying to curb that, which the value at the end of it for somebody is going to be their home is very updated and has all these new amenities. So
exactly. All right. Next story. I want to talk about this new development set to rise in Southwest Redmond. Now, this is another, kind of quasi affordable. I mean, it'll be affordable. It's in Redmond in general. This is usually a lot more affordable. This is a Monte Vista neighborhood, and it is on it's the southwest side of town. Let's go ahead and pull it up here.
Southwest. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I looked it up. It's not really, this is just something this is housing, and this is what we talk about. So there's going to be 198 homes that will be smaller and cheaper than most on the market in Redmond.
Wow.
So it's not necessarily like a subsidized like affordable housing project. It's just from a builder that's building a lot of homes that are smaller, that are going to be cheaper. They're just aiming to hit the market at that kind of entry level. So it's called Feather Ridge. And it's got almost 200 homes, which is a lot of homes coming to Redmond, which is great, right?
Yeah.
And it's brought on by Monte Vista Homes. It's a Bend-based company, and they're behind the development here. So again, not a whole lot to really talk about other than, go ahead.
They range from 880 square feet in size up to 15 square feet in both 1 and 2 story layouts. They will be 85 single family homes and 113 duplexes.
I find that very interesting.
But have no shared walls except for storage space in the garage. Ooh, I love this design.
Yeah, I think
Polish does this a lot.
They had a design like that years and years ago.
Yeah, the garages have a little bump out, and the bump out is what is attaching and qualifying them as duplexes. So therefore, you don't have I hate that in duplexes where the wall is like the staircases, and so you're like tum 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 tum. You hear that?
I don't know if I want to say this on the podcast, but I hate it when the primary bedrooms back up to each other too.
Or the staircases, or anything that's like where a main anyways. It just
anything where there's a lot of noise going on back to back. It's not so good sometimes.
So anyways,
but this is great.
This is exciting.
So yeah, only little bump out of the garage or whatever is what's connected, which is a cool thing. All right, so new homes coming to Redmond. So if you're interested in Redmond and real estate, and you're looking to either get into, if it's a duplex,
duplex 85.
But I guess my question is,
113 are duplexes. 85 of them are single family.
When they use the word duplex, to me that implies that they're going to sell 2 homes at once in one package deal. Maybe that would be a good thing for investors to get involved in.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe that's an investor thing. We actually have a client that's looking for a duplex right now. That's very interesting. So I think this is pretty cool. There has been a severe lack of inventory in housing that is built for investors to participate in.
Yeah.
They're not building new duplexes or triplexes as a builder. It's just single family, or there is an investor that's actually just building duplexes for themselves. Yeah. Rarely do duplexes like this come on the market for purchase.
Well, it also says that each home will have a side yard. And the way that the design, there's no windows on the neighbor's house. So you have full privacy in the side yards. Cool. So you don't have like a window looking into your backyard and stuff. Things that are, it sounds like they're listening to some feedback.
Yeah.
and they're trying to create a product that people want.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to our next story here. Let's see. What are we going to talk about? Ooh, this one's pretty cool. Let's get into our Roundabout series. Let's talk about our Roundabouts.
Yes.
We're doing this a bunch.
Good old Roundabout.
The new Bend Roundabout opens early near Petrosa and Pine Nursery Park. Now, a couple of things that are cool about this. They opened 2 full weeks ahead of schedule, right? That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Especially for, Central Oregon road construction as far as that goes. It's open 2 weeks early. And again, for those of you who don't know, actually, I could probably break a little bit of news here. Let me pull up the map again. Let's go over to here, pull out, put it back. Where are we going?
You gotta put it over here.
Oh, yeah, put it on the screen. Let's do that. Good idea. We're talking right. Where is Petrosa? There's Petrosa. We're talking right here. So this is Pine Nursery Park right here. Everybody knows Pine Nursery Park. Drive on Purcell. Take a right on Yeoman. Back here is the dog park. Like this is all the dog park area right here. This is where the new roundabout's going in. And it is now open. This is great. You've been calling this because you...
this is on my...
I
run by it a lot. And they did this lickety split, which is really great because that has been causing a lot of traffic on other roads that have normally not as much traffic. And so this has opened up everybody's everyday route coming into the east side of Bend.
Absolutely.
From Redmond.
Now, what I wanted to say, which is I think is kind of interesting, is this chunk here, this whole dang square here, this is basically Petrosa. Now, there's a few properties right over here on this side that have not sold yet, but this square right here is certainly and definitely Petrosa. Now, here's what I find interesting. This is set up as a 4-way roundabout, but there's only 3 roads. They are actually going to punch this all the way through right here. This is going to be punched through. I guess it would be Yeoman is going to punch all the way through to Hamehook and Butler Market Road over here. And then they're going to put a roundabout right here also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this will be a roundabout. There's already now an open roundabout here right here, and this is going to punch through. This is also going to basically effectively be the northern boundary of Petrosa.
Yeah,
right?
Which this map is not updated. Because,
no, of course not.
Suchi is right here.
Yep, exactly. There's already a bunch of homes right here.
Yeah.
And we do know that a bunch of this is a part of Petrosa. There's already a road back there. They're starting to move some dirt around here. And of course, a bunch over here. This is actually over here is where they have the school
slotted for.
Intended to go is right up here in this school. So that's kind of interesting. I'm really happy that this roundabout is now opened up because you're right. There was a lot of traffic that was not
getting diverted.
That was not happy. It was coming through, and So everybody, we can hit that up. Take the Shoes Market, and if you want to go out the back way north, it's ready for you. The other roundabout though that's going on right now is let's see. I don't know if I have this one up either. Let's see this one. Oh yeah, this one here. Cool. Let's pull this one up. This is a roundabout at Bear Creek Road and Purcell. Okay. So Bear Creek Road and Purcell is it Bear? Maybe
no, Pettigrew.
But Purcell and Pettigrew kind of go like this.
I know, but it's technically Pettigrew.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah. This is actually progressing along faster and better and smoother than they thought. So they had this 2-phase deal.
Are they starting to figure out their whole roundabout madness?
I think they're getting good at it.
Because they really messed it up on Neff.
Well,
so
read the heading here for me.
New East Bend roundabout ahead of schedule. Won't need second closure.
That's what's interesting. It won't need a second closure. So their whole plan was to take this spring and early summer to put in this roundabout. But then they had to come back next year, I think, like next spring. And they were going to close it a second time to work on the sidewalks and the bike paths and all of that kind of stuff.
Wow.
And so it was this big kind of frustrating thing because they're going to have to close it twice. Looks like they're ahead of schedule and they won't need the second closure.
Well, that's great.
Yay.
I think they're figuring it out.
They're finally, so yay. So that's actually great. We could also go talk about one more roundabout if you wanted to.
More roundabouts? Okay,
yeah.
Let's
It's
go.
Butler Market and Wells Acres.
Oh, what do you know?
It's going to start soon.
Oh,
they're like ready to go.
They've been doing a lot of infrastructure stuff, and so they must be preparing for that. That's
exactly. Correct. So that's going to be. Let's see. I'll just pull this up too real quick, just because we're on map. We're on map mode today.
Map mode, roundabout map mode.
Right, not there.
Not there.
Right here. Here we go. So this is Wells Acres and Butler Market right here at the corner of Roxy. They're going to put a roundabout in right there. And I think that's pretty interesting too, because Wells Acres backs up a ton at the wrong hours of the day. I think a lot of this is probably high school traffic. Yes. It gets backed up right here. But it's definitely a weird intersection. If there's a lot of cars coming down Butler Market, it's tough to take a left here. And it's tough. It's almost impossible to take a left if you're coming out of Roxy going that way. So this will be really good. This will, they're also putting a lot of things with this particular roundabout. A lot of bike lanes and pedestrian traffic lanes, raised stuff. They're trying to make it really safe. This is a pretty dangerous little intersection because cars are coming from every different direction and a pretty high volume of them. So they're going to make this a lot safer, according to the report I was reading from the city. They're also going to put in a lot of sidewalks here on Wells Acres. And they may, it didn't say it, but it was also a little bit unclear. I'm hoping also they put sidewalks here on this side of Butler Market.
That would be great too.
They might not. Like you said, we've seen them doing some work right here. I don't know if it's just.
It looks like they're trying to expand it a little bit. So I feel like maybe they're going to put in some bike lanes or maybe sidewalks would be fabulous.
I don't know if it's utilities.
I just remember that when they put in sidewalks on this side of Butler Market, it was amazing for everybody who lives in this area. We need sidewalks. We need all the same things that they have on the west side.
All the things they need on the west side. Let's see. What are we going to talk about next? Ooh, here we go. You're up.
Yes. Bend approves rule to change to allow 2 ADUs per lot. So you have a primary and you're allowed, if you have enough room, you can add 2 ADUs.
Okay, so let's talk about that a little bit. What's an ADU?
ADU is an additional dwelling unit. Normally they're like 800 square feet.
Exactly.
And
so if you're on a residential, and it's a residential lot in Bend, and your lot is big enough, and it has to be in the city limits, thank you. And your lot is big enough to accommodate an ADU, and that happens a lot. You can have an ADU. You're right. It's like an 800 square foot ADU. Now, the city council has approved this because they're still working on this whole inventory thing, trying to get
inventory, and they love density.
And they love density. They want inventory within the city limits.
Yeah. So
now they're going to allow 2 ADUs. Now, the second one it's not going to be 800 square feet. It's only allowed to be 500 square feet.
Oh.
So there's it's like smaller. They couldn't allow it to be the same because that would be too easy.
You stack them?
I don't know. And it has to be either attached or within 100 feet of the primary structure.
Okay. But there's a lot of things that go into that. Like if you're on septic, these rules might not apply to you.
Well, I think
you have to be on city sewer.
If you're in the city, most people are on city sewer. That's
not true, but okay.
Okay,
I would say most, maybe most, or I mean, there are certain areas that are still on septic, and a lot of them are, not necessarily mandated to go into sewer. They're not always in that area, but there is homes that have septic.
Yes. Now, again, there's certainly going to be some developmental rules, some codes, some things that you're going to have to follow. But we find this is pretty interesting. And I don't even know that many homes really have that much extra space. But I think the city's doing everything that they can to just allow any more density or any more actual living residences here in the city because of our kind of, affordability crisis and stuff like that. It's kind of a bummer. We have a property that's a rental for us that you would think would qualify for an ADU. We've got a really big backyard. It's on
it's a 0.19.
Yeah, it's almost a fifth of an acre. And you would really think that we've got enough room there in the back, but unfortunately we don't. We went to the city. We went to the city to ask them, and they said, "Oh no, because of the setbacks on the road that it borders, there's like this extra kind of easement setback. It actually takes a lot of space away from our backyard because a lot of that is pie shaped. It opens up wide to the back there, and a lot of that is going to have a road, an easement for a road that may potentially have to be expanded in the future." And so we can't have an ADU. So
can't have ADUs. Plus, there's easements through the utility easements and stuff. Yeah. So there's a lot of things that just because you have a large lot doesn't mean that you can go ahead and do this. But there's a lot of things that you would have to go and check with the city to make sure that it is be approved for this.
Yeah,
I think it's great. Allow people to have extra incomes that they can produce on their property.
Yeah.
Allow maybe
multi-generational,
that kind of stuff that can happen. I think it's all great and stuff. I don't I would like to know the rules and regulations as far as like, does every single one of these ADUs have to have a parking spot?
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, because
Sure, right.
if you go and build 2 units and they don't allow, they're not mandating to have a parking spot, then you have 2 more cars parking in front of your house. How that affects your neighborhood, how that affects your neighbors, all that kind of stuff.
Well, another restriction that maybe people aren't necessarily thinking of is that if they live in a neighborhood that doesn't allow ADUs, some neighborhoods and some CC&Rs themselves don't allow extra dwellings.
Yeah.
They're trying to keep a very specific aesthetic in the neighborhood. And sometimes that also prohibits. So look, if you're interested in an ADU or a second ADU, definitely contact the city or contact us or contact whatever. But do your homework before you jump into a situation like that. We think it's a cool option, but I don't know that it's necessarily going to apply to as many people as perhaps people think. So
who knows?
Who knows? You want to break some other cool news here?
Sure.
Go ahead.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Bend Brewing Company and Sisters Smokehouse have teamed up.
Ooh, like a collab?
And up for a new bar at the Jackstraw development. So they're going into Jackstraw. That is prime location.
Yep.
And they are going to offer like Sister Smokehouse, like meats, sausages, all that kind of stuff, but also have the collab of Bend Brewing Company. So there's going to be brews and also maybe cocktails and some food.
That's pretty cool. It's going to be called Way West. It's a Western themed indoor outdoor bar and deli.
I like it.
I think it's going to be really cool. And it's you know, this is funny.
I mean, Sister Smokehouse, like they have really good
it's awesome.
Food, meats, all of those things. And their French dip is on point. And this is going to be
this is a
cool opportunity.
This is a further continuation of, you know, the tenants that are coming into the Jackstraw and the fact that this particular area is going to be kind of an upscale area. I mean, the retail hub is featuring this Jackstraw is featuring 313 apartments and townhomes. Units range from $1,700 studios. That's like no room. It's just a studio. It's not even a room, to 3-bedroom units priced around $4,000 a month. This is going to be kind of a bougie part of town. In fact, it's piling on to you know, kind of the whole box factory, you know, area there in general. And this is going to be a really, really crazy cool area. I think it's going to be an awesome part. And this particular collab is adding to that. It's going to bring a really cool vibe to it.
Oh, go back down.
Yeah, what's up?
Well, they're 90% completed right now, and the project will be fully open October 1.
As far as the overall, the Jackstraw and stuff, like in general.
Wow.
Way West won't be open until the first residents move into the fall. They're hoping for before the end of the year, I think, is what it said in here earlier. There's also Sisters Coffee Company and Dry Bar coming in. We've also talked about that. And then we've shown some renderings before. Just how it's going to look and feel when it's all done. And the renderings, I've just got to say, just look fantastic. So I know a lot of people are really bummed about the parking and the congestion. We've heard a lot of feedback on our Instagram channel about this. A lot of feedback on the congestion that's going to be happening here, understandably.
Well, congestion from like the construction access point, or like where everybody there's parking garages under the Jackstraw.
Yes, but there's still going to be it's already a tough spot to find parking down there.
Yeah. And
they're adding 313 people, which is, you know, maybe 600 new cars, you know, 300 residences, which could be 600, you know, there's just a lot going on there. Then with all those new retails on the bottom level, it's going to add a lot of congestion to an already very congested area. So people have some definite concerns and reservations about that. But again, ultimately,
because you have the Jackstraw and then you got Cascadia coming in. Like,
these are
all just very high end. It's going to be different.
It's going to be different. Exactly. Part of me is excited about it. Part of me is also like, oh man, bummer. Like, you know, it's the same thing. I have reservations 50-50. You know, part of it, we should probably find, you know, somebody should probably buy some land and build a parking garage and then just get a bunch of those e-bikes. Just have like a whole bank of e-bikes right there. You just park there and then ride into town.
And then go into the old mill. Yeah. With a big basket on it.
With a big old basket on it. All right. Here's something that I find is interesting, and I'm only bringing this up. I'll tell you why I'm bringing this up. But there's a Bend Solar business. It's named one of the top, excuse all the ads and stuff here. Bend Solar business named one of the top contractors in the country. Now, E2 Solar, it's a Bend headquartered business, has been named a 2025 top solar contractor by Solar Power World, an industry trade resource according to the company. Now, I think this is cool. It's ranked number 368th. I mean, there's a lot of solar companies out there.
Yeah.
Nation. I mean, there's probably 10 here in town, and we're a small town. Number 368 nationwide, having installed 729 kilowatts of solar power in 2024. I find this interesting because we were talking with some clients a couple months ago, and they were saying the same thing that we've kind of noticed and echoed is like solar companies, because to be fair, a lot of them are subsidized by taxpayers and by government money. A lot of them come and go.
Yeah.
Businesses pop up. Yeah, we're a solar company, and poof, they're gone.
Or they get bought out.
Or they get bought out or consolidated or whatever. So a lot of solar companies are kind of hard to keep tabs on. There's some people that were in town for a while, and we looked them up, and then all of a sudden they were just gone. And this is a common reoccurring theme. But E2 Solar has been around for a long time. I think they've been around for like, what is it? It says it's somewhere here.
Established 05.
Yeah, so 20 years? Wow, 20 years. That's a long time for a solar company. We actually have clients that decided to use them.
Yeah.
And they are putting solar on their house out in Brasada. And I've actually got a contact card from one of the guys at E2. I think we're going to get together and maybe do a video. So I need to get that back on the list. Look, solar is something that's not going to go away. It's very abundant, especially here in Central Oregon with all the sunshine. And, you know, as long as you can take advantage of sometimes some incentives, solar is a really great way to go. We've got solar on our house, and it's awesome.
It is awesome.
You were going over our bills.
Yeah. And it's great. During the summer, you pay $18 because those are
our power bill is $18.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. Very cool. Happy for them, and hopefully we'll get them on board to do a video here at some point.
Yeah, good for them.
We've already done that. I think we've really only got a couple left. What do you want to talk about next?
So Alaska Airlines is adding a Burbank route, which is great. I think that fills that void that Avelo was filling.
Yeah.
You know, it's little.
Did we talk about that last time on our last podcast? Avelo, the airline, left, and Breeze stepped in.
Yes.
Breeze also has flights to Burbank, though, too. So maybe there's even more flights to Burbank.
Two flights to Burbank's not a bad deal.
Exactly. In either case.
Options, because normally with Avelo, you had one option to get there and one option to get back.
You're right. If you didn't leave like on a Tuesday or a Wednesday or whatever it was, like you couldn't come back. So
yeah, well, on that flight. So anyways, it's. I think these are all great opportunities. I think it's really fascinating to meet a lot of people that are coming here and their jobs and where they're located, and yet where their job is located. I think having these routes to California, to Seattle, to Portland, it allows people to live where they want and still be able to commute to work, which is the life we live nowadays.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, you were talking about the other day, how just, it's incredible that people can, I mean, we've got clients that live, well, right now they're living down in the Bay Area, and one of them works in Seattle, but they have to travel, and they don't have to live in either particular location. So they're actually thinking about moving to Bend. Having
more of a central location.
Because then they can.
Yeah. I mean, only one of them really has to commute, but it's the new way of living. People get to choose where they live and live where they want and where they can get the recreation, less population, smaller town vibe, that kind of stuff. And yet they can still commute via airplane or driving, you know. It's
pretty cool. Let's go to this one next. Let's go to this one next.
What was like 2 weeks ago, we said Victoria's Secret is out of the old mill.
That's right.
And I think an eyeglass company is going into that location.
Warby Parker?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I read another business kind of like a business article on them as a business, and they've got a pretty interesting business strategy. The Warby Parker, their startup was interesting. Anyway, I have to go into detail on that, but they took Victoria's secret spot, and I said that
she still had one more secret,
but she's got one more secret left. This was kind of interesting because they didn't say anything about the fact that it was just kind of like this shock, like they were just gone one day.
Yeah.
And they didn't say where they were going, and
they were in the old mill for 20 years.
Yeah, and I guess they've just got secret. They're just how they are. They're just secretive.
She's secret.
She's got lots of secrets. Well, apparently, so nobody knew where they were going. Everyone just thought they were gone, and you had concerns. I mean,
whatever. Yeah. So, anyways, it's like I don't know. There's not a lot of shopping in Bend in general, as far as diversification, as far as stores, so it's just like, it's like, where else are you going to go and get these items from? Anyways, they're opening it up in the outlet mall.
Yeah.
Which
exactly.
I find really fascinating that they went to the outlet mall. And I'm hoping that it does well there. I think more stores going to to the outlet mall would be great for the outlet mall. So yeah, it's already opened.
Yeah, it's already opened. There was a whole bunch of people there at opening day, apparently, lined up to get in there and get a free pair of panties or something. I'm just kidding. I don't even know that. I'm totally making that up. But they are open, and yeah, exactly. So they're open. They're set to go. The last thing we wanted to talk about real quick, I actually was just looking at the article. So I saw a couple of different articles about this, but the one that I had pulled up had no details. I was just looking at this here, and I'll pull it up. Discovery West blends parks, pop-ups, and a history in Bend's newest hub. Now, this is Discovery Plaza. This is kind of the new central hub of Discovery West, which, if you don't know about Discovery West is like Northwest Crossing 2.0.
Yeah.
It is further west. It is fancier. It is brand new. And they have this hub down in the middle of the area. But these stores, they had the grand opening. I think it was like last fall or last late summer. And we still don't have a lot of businesses open in there. So I think, like Sparrow Bakery was supposed to come in there. There's a lot of businesses that were supposed to go in there.
Bodega there?
They're just not open yet. What's that?
Don't they have a bodega there?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh,
what is a bodega?
Barria's little market bodega.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
So I'm not really sure. So this whole article is talking about how, there's some new tenants opening up. It's going on, but it didn't actually say what the new businesses were. So now I had to pull up this other article.
Put a cork in it.
So Sparrow is finally open, which is great. And Put a Cork in It wine bar looks like it's also now officially open. So those are two businesses that are now open in Discovery West there at the Plaza. And there are more coming. There's a builder in there. MCD Homes has a retail spot in there. Looks like Harper House Design. Oh, here we go. Yeah, there's
I love them.
Yeah. Bluebird Skin Therapy and Aesthetics.
Yeah.
And then Area by Avant Stay, that's actually...
those are luxury overnight vacation rentals, aren't
That's
they?
because there are vacation rentals in the plaza on the second level there.
That's true.
Yeah, that are managed by Avant Stay, but also owned by the Brooks Resources development company there.
Yeah.
Cool. I think that's all we got for right now. Which is good because it took us 33 minutes, which is usually right where we're at. Guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you got some good, valuable insight out of this. Let us know if you have any questions. Here's what you could do, really. Here's what you could do. Let us know if there's something that you want to know about that's going on here in Central Oregon.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe it's Amazon coming to the area. Maybe it's, more information about the Jackstraw. Maybe there's just a chunk of dirt where they're pushing dirt around and you're like, I wonder what's going there. So we'd really appreciate it. That way we have stuff to talk about.
Yeah. Those are the things that you might see something on your side of town that we haven't ran into. And we also want to know where you're watching from.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Let us know where you're tuning in from. And if you're thinking of moving to Bend, if you don't already live here. Thanks guys for watching. We'll go ahead and save the rest of your day and let you go. Thanks. And we'll see you next time.